Friends, in the context of the overall debate on rural development in the world, the experience of India, I think, is particularly important in some contexts. First of all, by far the largest number of rural people in the world live in India. The number of people living in rural India is around 910 million, while China at about 450 million is a very distant second. Secondly, in India, the thinking of Mahatma Gandhi has, I think, left an abiding impact on at least some sections of people, development with urbanization, and instead he emphasized an original and a different model of rural development, which is based on village communities, not on cities. I think that the importance of this thinking has increased further in times of climate change. As in the context of villages, it is important to do much more for environment protection, for climate mitigation as well for adaptation. And therefore, if India tries to model its rural development efforts on the basis of an original model, then this is something which will be of great interest, use, and I think inspiration also to other countries also. If we think in terms of the original development model that India should emphasize, then first of all, I think that as far as agricultural development is concerned, India should place a lot of importance on natural farming. In the recent past, India went in for chemical fertilizers and pesticides in a big way, and this has proved to be harmful for health, for nutrition, and at the same time, this has greatly increased the expenses of farmers and made farmers very dependent on market forces and on outside forces. Instead of that, the model based on natural farming, which I am suggesting, is aimed at reducing the costs of farmers first of all, but at the same time making the farming communities and rural communities very self-reliant, because mostly they would be using local resources, and the most emphasis would be on making the best possible use of local resources. At the same time as promoting natural farming, if we try to diversify cropping by even small farmers including at least some vegetables and fruits on their farms, then this will help to ensure that they get a regular flow of income all through the year, while at the same time nutrition and health at the family level is on. If you like this video so far, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Secondly, I think that much more emphasis needs to be placed on water conservation. Traditional wisdom that is available in most villages can prove very helpful for conserving as much of rainwater as possible. At the same time, excess use of water or wasteful use of water should be avoided, and the tendency to grow those crops which are too water intensive, keeping in view the water availability in certain regions, that tendency should also be avoided. Thirdly, I think it is very important that natural forests should be protected and greenery at other levels in the villages should be increased by growing as many indigenous species trees as possible at suitable places. In fact, trying to mimic natural forests and thereby creating new forests. And at the same time, we should try to have as much regeneration of pastures wherever it is possible. While emphasizing all this, I think it is important that we should never forget the landless sections, as they are the poorest sections. So we should try to have land reforms at least in some form. We should try to make available at least some farmland also to the rural poor, while at the same time protecting their homestead land and trying to give them at least some land to them near their homes where they can have kitchen gardens and maybe little farms also. In addition, we should try to diversify the livelihood base of entire villages. First of all, by promoting various farm processing activities at the village level. Secondly, by helping various artisans and various craftspeople to improve and strengthen their livelihood base. And then so many new sources of livelihoods are also becoming available, and a lot can be done in the form of various employment programs of the government also to strengthen the employment base in the village. The entire community can be strengthened in various ways by having greater unity of village communities, which is on the basis of equality of people and protecting the dignity of all people. At the time of panchayat elections, sometimes factions emerge, and all efforts should be made to maintain the unity of people so that people can work unitedly for wider development goals, and at the same time they can resist any corrupt practices. It is very important that women should be able to come forward for taking up various social responsibilities and having a wider social goal. At the same time, all kinds of violence against women should end entirely, and the safety of women should be ensured. Girls students should get all educational opportunities access and all other opportunities on the basis of complete equality. Last but not the least, it is very important to form anti-liquor committees with women having a leadership role to reduce as much as possible the consumption of liquor as well as all other intoxicants at the village level, and this kind of social reform work should have a lot of continuity. So if you can have a rural development model somewhere on these lines, then on the one hand this will help to reduce distress in Indian villages, and there is a lot in this model which can be very helpful for people in several other rural countries also, and which will be of particular relevance in these times of climate change.